Agnes AI, a free app where you don't just chat with AI characters, you generate scenes with them. I'm sure.
Now this next one is called Abduction Horror Story, and it was uploaded by our good friend Mama Arts. This was sent to us by Victor, who said, "Good to have you back, Corey. Hey Victor, while I have you, did you slice that like button? Victor, I don't want to hear that. Oh snap."
My name is Josh Roberts, and it's been a year since I was abducted.
What?
I remember it like it was yesterday. I was walking home from school. It was about 6 p.m. and there was a full moon and a chill in the air. I stepped off the bus, and for the first time, someone else got off with me. I'd never seen this new kid at school before. I could hear footsteps behind me. I took a quick glance and saw the kid walking at a brisk pace.
Let me help y'all out, all right? Because I done been in this situation before. You walking somewhere and somebody is a little too close behind you. So here's what you do. I'm giving y'all life tips. This is exactly what you do. Walking, right? You take your phone out. You act like it went off. So you walking. You notice somebody behind you, right? You're like, hey, man, he kind of close. Act like your phone going off. Hey, hello? And then when you pick up, you just... Yeah, hello? Yeah, I got a bad signal. Dude, I'm right at the corner. Oh, I see you. I'm just giving y'all tips. Otherwise, you could just turn around and put your paws up. That's not a bad option either. Turn around. Hey, what you want? Huh? And then if they really didn't want anything, then the worst thing that happened is you just yelled at a stranger. But if they there for something else, you better be stronger than me, boy. And you're not. You ain't about to kidnap me, my same height and weight. Man, Shaq couldn't kidnap me. I'm biting your ear.
I thought he was following me, so I took a left, which wasn't my usual route. I looked around again and saw him take the same left.
See?
My heart started pumping and
Turn
my
around
legs
and check
started
'em.
shaking at the sound of the footsteps as they got louder and faster.
For real?
I then panicked and started running.
No, don't.
I remembered a shortcut in the nearby forest to my neighborhood.
Check him.
So I ran as fast as my legs could carry me. Hey kid, wait up!
No!
Heavy voice from behind
No!
me. I tried
Leave
my
me
hardest
alone!
not to stumble on the logs and boulders in my path. I could hear the sound of sticks and leaves being broken by some fast, heavy footsteps. My legs started throbbing as the adrenaline wore off, so I took a detour towards a playground. I stopped to catch my breath, looking around for somewhere to hide, then went silent. I was doubtful that I lost him. I took my phone out to call the police when I spotted a local news article. Caution, there is a suspicious man on the loose.
Oh
He escaped
my
the local prison
goodness.
and assaulted an officer. Beware, he may look like a teen, but he is in his 20s. If you see him, call 911 immediately and lock your door. My mind started rushing with thoughts. I
Run.
started to panic. All of a sudden, someone started choking
Look at
my
this.
arm. I tried to fight back, but they were so strong, I didn't stand a chance. My feelings of hope began to diminish as I slowly blacked out.
Wouldn't have called me like that.
I awoke to find myself in a dark, damp room that looked like a basement. The floor was hard and cold. There were no windows, but there was a staircase and a bathroom. I tried to move, but I was tied up with a thick rope.
Yeah, I got him. How much was the deal? 200?
Listen, you gotta do a little better than that. Okay, fine. You'd better bring the right amount.
Or you'll be tied up like that kid.
What? Are they selling me?
Oh yeah.
The guy sounded mad and anxious
bust
with
it wide
whomever he
open
was
for
talking
somebody.
to. Right after he hung up, he opened the door and walked down the stairs with an evil smile. Let go of me! I exclaimed as he taunted me. My arms started to fall asleep due to the tightness of the rope. He came closer to me and I spat in his face. He looked.
Savage mode. One thing I was about to say, if somebody kidnap you and they don't have a mask on, you're probably gonna die. They ain't about to let you walk up out of there with their identity. Your best option is some sort of sneak attack.
At me in sheer rage.
Oh!
Then the doorbell rang, followed by pounding on the door. The guy grabbed some tape and shut me up before I could scream for help. He
Lick it.
slowly backed off,
Get that off
signaling me to keep quiet, and ran towards the front door.
Man, I'm licking
I
it.
looked around, trying to see what I could use to untie these ropes. I I spotted a rusty, sharp edge sticking out of the wall.
Be careful.
This was my one hope. I successfully got up and tried with all my might to reach it. As I was trying to cut the rope from my hands, I could hear the commotion upstairs getting heated. I managed to free myself from the ropes when I heard the front door slam.
Let's go.
The silence was terrifying.
Get
I was frozen in fear. Footsteps started coming towards the door. I choked and shuffled back to my original position, arms behind my back, wrists tightly locked together.
Sneak attack.
Now where were we? Said the man. He
Sneak
walked
attack.
towards me, grabbed my ankles, and started dragging me when the phone rang. He dropped me instantly and charged upstairs. I wasn't going to lose this opportunity. I untied my feet, grabbed the closest thing to me, and hid behind some boxes. Now where did you go? He said as he stampeded down the stairs. I heard him getting closer to where I was hiding. I bolted up from behind the boxes and saw him checking the bathroom. As he walked out, I struck him over the head with a pole. He stumbled and fell to the floor.
I'm hitting him again.
Red pooled around his head. I ran upstairs and out the front door. I stumbled my way to the closest house, screaming. A woman thankfully opened the door. She was shocked and fearful when she saw me. The police were called and I was rushed into the hospital. They're still looking for that man, even to this day.
This next one's called A Scary Vacation Story 3, uploaded by our good friend, Llama Arts. How you doing, Llama? Now, this was sent to us by Dario24000. So, the rest of the samurai, just for the next, 10 seconds, move. Get out of the way. Ludacris said it best. Me and Dario right now. How you doing, my friend? My samurai brother from another mother. You sent in a story, and I appreciate you for it. Llama Arts. It's been a minute since we, Llama, we got that.
During my holiday, I spent about 3 weeks in Japan. I arrived pretty late, so I couldn't check into the hotel that I initially booked. So I booked the cheapest hotel that I could find nearby.
Okay.
Aesthetically, it was quite nice, but it did have easy access to the building, meaning anyone could come in and go to any room as they please. Plus, there was no security in sight.
Oh, that's
After
not good.
arriving in my room, I ordered some food and watched some TV, jet-lagged from the flight, so I started to get ready for bed. As I was falling asleep, I felt the urge to double-check the door just to see if it was locked. I didn't think anything was going to happen, but I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Thank you!
About 5 minutes after I checked the door, I heard footsteps outside. Initially, I thought it was someone leaving their room, but the footsteps started to pick up speed. The sound started getting louder and louder, and I started to freak out a little.
Maybe they ain't
All
footsteps.
of a sudden, the sound stopped. I looked at the light shining through the bottom of my door, and there was a shadow of a person. At first, I thought it was room service, but it was too late for that. Or maybe it was some drunk idiot who was at the wrong room.
Bruh.
As soon as I switched my light on, the shadow disappeared. I was confused, but I reluctantly went back to bed. That's when I suddenly heard scratching coming from my door.
What?
So I immediately turned my light on and shouted,
Who's there?
After a moment of silence, I heard the footsteps slowly fade away. At this point, I was thinking it could.
He in Japan too. Probably don't know a lick of Japanese. I'm like, Dare desu ka? Dare! Jisu wa kirei na hoteru da yo.
I was thinking it could be some kids messing around, so I got up, opened the door, and peeked my head outside. I glanced in both directions down the dark and slim hallways. That's when my heart stopped.
Bro.
A man emerged from the darkness and ran erratically towards me. His face was contorted as he screamed, and I could see he was holding a knife in his right hand.
Close the door!
As he got closer, I could see him more clearly. He had disgusting long, dirty hair. His clothes were ripped, and he had cuts and bruises all over. I quickly slammed my door and pressed against it, praying that the man would just go away. After what felt like hours, I finally gathered my courage and looked through the peephole.
Do you realize how much money this will save us?
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app with Base 44. Look.
He was gone.
Oh my gosh.
I let out a sigh of relief and checked the peephole again. My heart started pumping faster than ever before. He was right in front of the door. He was wearing a maniacal smile on his face, and all of a sudden he raised his knife and yelled, "I'm gonna kill you!"
What?
I jumped back and kept my
He's
eyes
a
locked
regular
on the
white
bottom of
dude?
the door as I backed up to my bed. I grabbed my phone and started dialing the police. As I raised the phone to my ear, I saw that the shadow was gone. When the police arrived, I tried to explain what happened, and they checked the security cameras. They almost immediately recognized the man. He had been doing this to people for a while now, and the police had been trying to track him down for months. After a long night of no sleep, I finally arrived at the right hotel that I had booked initially in Tokyo.
Thank you.
That creepy guy was still on my mind, but I thought the chances of him being here were pretty slim, so I didn't bother locking my door that night.
What is wrong
At
with you?
12:05 a.m., I woke up to a big bang next to me. I turned around to see the same guy passed out on the floor with a knife in hand. I was in shock.
Are you?
How did he find me? I quickly ran out of the room and locked him inside.
How you lock him
Cops
inside the
came
room?
and he was finally arrested. Let's just say I'm always going to be locking my doors from now on.
Bro, we thought you was smart in the beginning. And you're like, yeah, there's no way he could know where I am. I'ma just leave the door unlocked. Even though it's literally zero work to lock the door. Stories from our good pal Llama Arts. Y'all know we gotta get a Llama Arts in, alright? It's called A Bus Stop Horror Story. Let's get it. Let's get it. Man, I'm hungry.
This happened when I was 17 years old. I would go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week and ride the bus home. It was a Sunday and I had just missed my bus, so I had to wait longer for another one.
Oh.
I would have called my parents, but they were out for the evening, and taxis charged more, so I decided to sit and wait in the bus shelter. It was a cold night, and snow had just started peppering the ground.
Is that the theme?
My bus was taking longer than usual, so I got my phone out and listened to some music. Almost an hour had passed. It was
Dang.
freezing and I hadn't seen anyone at all. That was until I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. It was a creepy guy dressed in thick layers of clothes.
Alright, we gonna pause it right here. Nah. Corey, zoom in on his face. Listen. Okay, first of all, this man was at the bus stop for an hour. It's like you could have walked home at this point. But listen, you see a man coming towards you, it's nighttime, you outside by yourself, and he looked like this. Corey, zoom in on him again. Look at this man. He has nothing to lose, okay? You got your freaking ear pods in, you got your fade. He is about to rob and kill you. So you already know. You already know I got the antidote for him. If you want to try something, sir, I got the antidote for you, okay? If you want to come over here and try something, go ahead and try it. And yes, I carry this around in my book bag, all right? If I was him, first of all, I wouldn't have been sitting there for no hour. But if I was, for some reason, maybe my leg broke. I ain't about to eat these buckshots, all right?
Walking slowly towards me. I knew staring at him would draw more attention, so I just focused on my phone.
Bro.
He sat down at the other end of the shelter
Look
and
at
stared
him!
at me. There was
Hey. What you over there listening to?
something off about him. He seemed like he was either drunk or on drugs. He then asked,
When is the bus due?
I took out my earphones and said,
I think it's delayed because of the snow.
He stared at me for a while, then started mumbling to himself. He was really starting to creep me out, so I pretended to be on my phone. After a couple of minutes, I took another look. He'd moved closer to me.
Bro, get
I
up!
looked away for a second, then heard the sound of him sliding even closer. I turned to him and said,
You okay there?
He stared at me with glossy eyes, lifted his arm and leaned towards me. Immediately, I grabbed my bag and ran as he fell to the ground. I ran down the road, trying my hardest not to look back. I kept going until I got to the next bus stop. I turned around to check to see if he was there. He was gone, so I went to sit down. Feeling relieved, I rested my head on the back of the glass and waited for the bus.
Bro.
I jolted and turned around to see the same guy staring at me through
Are you
the glass.
serious?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Then he started walking around the shelter towards me.
Bro, get up!
I'm warning you, stay back.
I yelled in panic as I was backing up. I wanted to run, but I left my bag in the shelter and I couldn't leave without it.
I wanted to run, but I couldn't run without my backpack.
What you got? The T virus in there? You got freaking nuclear codes? What is in this bag that's worth your life? Bro, my baby could be in that bag. I'm hitting him with the swim move and I'm out.
Suddenly, the man leaped at me and I quickly moved out of the way. He fell to the ground face first.
Gosh.
I froze in shock, then noticed the blood coming from his face. I tried to get a response out of him.
It's like a
but
body
nothing
himself.
worked. I called the police and paramedics and they arrived shortly after. I told them what had happened and they told me that the guy was on prescription drugs. They found a photo in his wallet of him and his son. The boy looked just like me, so we assumed he thought I was him. I later learned that he had lost his son in a custody battle and went off the rails. He was taken away for treatment. That was the last I saw of him.
Dang.
I got my driver's license shortly after and have never been on a bus since.
Yo, that took a sad turn. My man was just trying to get his son back. Okay, Llama Earth with the merch. This one is called True Gas Station Horror Stories, and it was uploaded by Llama Arts. What's good? Now, this was sent to us by Kirk, who said, "Hey, this gave me shivers down my spine. How reality works, hope you see this. Corey, I'm a really big fan, and welcome back to YouTube. I hope to see you post more. I'll always support." Everybody clap that up. New Llama Arts design. Dude, I need a shirt.
One night last summer, two of my friends, Sam and Jake, convinced me to sneak out with them. We were all bored, just looking for something to do. We decided to go for a walk to a local gas station that was open 24 hours a day. The walk there was pretty uneventful. We talked about random topics and drank a couple of beers. Once we got to the gas station, Jake had to use the bathroom. When he was in the bathroom, there was a dirty, sketchy guy in there. Jake struck up a conversation with this guy. It was pretty normal, except...
How many of y'all go into a bathroom, see a dirty, sketchy guy in a corner, and then try and start a conversation with him?
The guy asked why he was out so late, and if he was by himself. Jake brushed it off, as the guy was just trying to tell him to stay safe. We bought some snacks, and we noticed the guy following us around while he was talking to someone on his phone. We left soon after, and on the way back, we sat on the side of the road and talked for a while.
Small kitchen, same. Watch what this pan set does. One hand.
Bro.
It was pitch black by now because there are no street lights in the area. We saw a car coming down the road, which was no big deal. We sneak out pretty often, and we've never had any real problems. Cars usually just drive by. This time was different. The car spun around in the road and pulled up right next to us on the street, and two guys got...
It's time to stand up. You sitting outside, a car pulls up in front of you and stop. You're still sitting? Car stops in front of me immediately. I'm hitting my Sagat pose. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Bro, you're defenseless.
This time was different. The car spun around in the road and pulled up right next to us on the street, and two guys got out. We got up and sprinted down the street. Jake and I hid behind an RV, while Sam hopped a fence. The two men looked dirty, like they hadn't showered in days. We watched the two guys for a little while, which is when we noticed that one of them had a gun in his hand.
Oh!
They looked in our direction for a few minutes before they got back into their car and drove off. Jake and I looked for Sam, but we couldn't find him, so we decided to head back home. We thought we had lost them, but on the way back we turned a corner, and those same guys were sitting in the car, waiting there. We ran through the alleyways and backyards until we lost them. Every few minutes, we saw the car driving slowly down a street or alleyway in the distance, and we would hide. Eventually, we made it back, and Sam messaged to tell us that he got followed by a different car, but he made it home safe. It's been almost a year since that night. We're always more cautious when we go out, and Sam still has nightmares about being abducted. I don't know for sure if the guy from the bathroom had anything to do with it, but we believe that he's somehow connected to it.
Bruh, you're sneaking out. What the freak is wrong with you? This one is called The Horn-Headed Man, and it was uploaded by our good friend Llama Arts. This was sent to us by Junisha. Hey, if I'm saying your name wrong, I tried, huh? What you gonna do about it? Junisha said me and my brother are really big fans, so hey, tell your brother I said thank you for watching. For you guys being so dedicated. I got something for you, Junisha. I got something for you. Hold on. You guessed it. A Nutri-Grain bar. So go ahead. Junisha, take the
Moonlight peered through my window as I jolted awake. My clamorous breaths disturbed the silence of my dark room. I had just come out of a frightful dream that had me thinking.
Pause. If you sleep with your door open, I don't trust you. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like demons and other type of monsters walk around my house as I'm sleeping, and my only defense for that is keeping my bedroom door closed.
All too real.
Just saying.
With sweat on my brow, I sat up and grabbed my water from the nightstand and took a sip from the now warmed glass.
Okay.
My hands shook as I recounted my nightmare of the horn-headed man.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
I was walking through my neighborhood, the street lights flickering as I made my way down the uninhabited sidewalk. Nothing threatening, just a walk through the midnight hours.
Nothing threatening yet.
A block down, I could see a figure in the distance, walking slowly towards me. His steps seemed mismatched and labored. He passed a few houses looking straight ahead, neither looking left nor right.
Bro,
his
that's
head
not
was
even
fixed
scary.
on the sidewalk in front of him. As I was getting closer to my home, I could see him slowly starting to embark on my territory. I quickly rushed to my front door and hurried inside.
I hope you step on a rock.
Through my window, I could see him walk past my property.
Barefoot?
I was thinking to myself, oh God, please have him keep going, please. He was just about to walk all the way past my front yard when he stopped.
Of course.
His body almost shifted abnormally as he turned to face my home.
Bro, look how skinny he
Just
is.
stood there.
I'm about to box you.
Not moving, just standing there. The man bore the horned head of a skeletal goat. His body was pale and looked fragile.
Exactly.
His fingers were thin and bony.
Fragile, bony.
I thought to myself,
get a weapon.
What does he want? Slowly, he started lifting a quivering arm and pointed right at me.
Oh, heck no.
I started to backpedal into the darkness of my house when all of a sudden he let out an inhuman screech. That's when I woke up. Too frightened to go back to bed, I turned on the television and saw that the local news for early risers was on.
Okay.
My stomach dropped and my body suddenly turned cold as I listened to the current news report.
What?
The news anchor on the television said, "Breaking news. A woman who lived on Columbia Avenue has been murdered. Local officials say that they received an anonymous phone call from the victim's home. We arrived at the house at around 12:20.
We saw the victim inside in a card which rested next to her. The sheriff held up the card.
Oh my gosh.
On the back of it, I could see the image of the horn-headed man. The officer started to read. One down. Slowly I go. He then lifted his head back up. His blood started trickling from his eyes and mouth. I sat there shaking, and I couldn't breathe. Columbia's just 3 blocks away from me.
Oh wait, what? Playing a game where the character actually uses your own face?
So, this is the first...
I jumped out of my bed and ran to my window.
Where are your
Something
curtains
within
at?
me made me want to look outside. That's when I saw him.
Oh, shoot.
He just stood there, looking, not moving, just looking. The horn-headed man, his body pale and fragile, and his fingers thin and bony.
You know what I got for them bony fingers and them frail arms? Put your paws up, buddy. Put your paws up. See, when I feel threatened, I just start getting loud. And I told y'all this before. Like, if I hear something in the corner, hey! Hey, who is that? I see some goat freaking head guy walking around barefoot, and then he stops and points at me. Hey, put your hands up! Let's go with that! Guys, so the last one for tonight is 2 disturbing horror stories. Llama Arts, I'm a big fan. We went over this, but I gotta say it every time. I'm a big fan. Please don't copyright me. Appreciate you. Okay, right into it.
Over the weekend, about 15 coworkers and myself had our company
Is this the same guy? His voice didn't drop 8 octaves.
trip to the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, known for being Stephen King's inspiration for The Shining. We took an 8 p.m. ghost tour where we joined about 15 other people to get guided around the property and told stories about its history and creepy things that are said to have happened. We were told to take a lot of pictures, I'm sure to try and capture orbs or ghosts. Many green orbs were caught in pictures, but I don't think anything is as creepy as this photo taken by my coworker. A little girl in a hot pink dress who was definitely not on our tour.
Who is
apparently, years ago, a young girl who was 12 to 13 by the name of Lucy was squatting in the basement of the concert hall, which is where this photo was taken, and she was discovered upon plans to begin some construction. She was forced to leave, and the night got below freezing. So she froze to death. Everyone on my tour has vouched that this girl was not on our tour. I mean, who wouldn't remember someone wearing hot pink? The man pictured as our tour guide, no one would have been in front of him. I am convinced that this is the ghost of Lucy. Just one more added note, though I doubt anyone would believe me. But there was only one time throughout the tour where I felt any strange energy or feeling. And it was right there, headed down to the basement of the concert hall.
Oh, that's it. Oh, narrated by Corpse Husband. You got a nice voice, brother.
This happened a few weeks ago when I was walking home from school, excited that my freshman year was coming to an end.
Oh, narrated by Corpse Husband.
Headed down to the basement of the concert hall.
Oh, that's it. Oh, narrated by Corpse Husband. You got a nice voice, brother.
This happened a few weeks ago when I was walking home from school, excited that my freshman year was coming to an end. It was a Tuesday night when I was turning in my last essay for history. I left it to the last minute, and the teacher actually made me complete it before I could go home. I hated my teacher for that. Around 8 p.m., I had finished that essay and was walking home. The rain had stopped, and there was a beautiful sunset. Suddenly, I noticed something. There was a red 2016 Toyota Camry right behind me. I got goosebumps thinking it was following me. I didn't look back and started walking in my apartment's direction.
Yeah,
I wanted to go to a
run.
busy road to feel safer. Just then, the car sped up, stopping right next to me.
Oh,
a
heck
middle-aged
no.
man asked me where I was headed and suggested to drop me off. I said no thanks, but the man wouldn't leave and insisted. I wanted to tell the man to just fuck off, but I took off running instead.
There you go.
I heard a loud noise and at the same time felt something I can only describe as a sharp vibration hitting my flesh.
Got tased.
I fell to the ground not knowing what happened. Out of adrenaline, I was about to get up and run again as I felt a heavy arm grab me by the mouth.
No.
Then the pain set in. I realized that I was shot.
Dang!
There was another man next to him that searched my pockets.
Oh, this
he
guy's
grabbed my
a
phone
creep.
and threw it on the ground as he
He's a
tied my legs
Snapchat.
and taped my mouth. They quickly put me into the trunk of their car and then started driving.
Oh my
I
god.
could feel that we were going very fast, and I'm sure that we hadn't stopped at all for a good 30 minutes. I was feeling my blood soaking into my shirt, which scared me the most. I was certain that I was gonna die. I was thinking about my parents and what they would feel when they heard that I was missing. Then the car came to a stop.